The intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you. If you go against me in the square circle, let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to dome podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you.
Youngest in the yacht club. It's time to knuckle up.
It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.
All right. Bones to Domes is live worldwide, and we are ready to have some fun. I am, of course, Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston, alongside my partner in crime, even though that our crimes are limited. But as of right now, that definitely could change in the near foreseeable future. DJ Tony, what's up, brother?
What's up? No, my crimes are staying to a zero. I'm done with the. Now I'm a crime fighter. How about that?
Okay. You are now a Ninja Turtle. You are now a Ninja Turtle. You were a member of the Foot. Now you're a Ninja Turtle.
That's right, man. I can't do. I'm done with all the bad times. You know, can only show positivity to my kids and to the world now.
Hey, just like they say, remember, bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Hey, razor.
Hey, little razor drop right there.
What's up, Jeff? How's everything out there in Texas?
Everything's good. Completely unpacked. Starting to feel like home once again. Every time I come in my little sanctity of Loudmouth Central, I always feel good. This is my favorite room in the house because this is just where I can truly be myself. I can let the blue eyes go and I can let the voice go crazy. So happy as a clam. I want to let everybody know later on tonight, I will be releasing the next unboxing video of the next Mr. Live Worldwide Collection Hopper tie. And this one, Tony, is going to be really special because this is the first ever Hopper tie promotional exclusively to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Nice.
It's really, really cool. Of course, I'm going to be donning this brand new tie at Bkfc 56 coming up in Salt Lake City. But as we all know, before Bkfc 56, we have got a international back-to-back weekend coming up. Bkfc 54 and 55 coming your way. Exciting stuff. Bulgaria and Leeds, England. Exciting stuff, Tony.
Definitely. Can't wait to see, our man. Well, I guess they're all our people since it's all BKFC. But our guy, Jared Warren, the home Tampa guy, try to go out there and do what he does best and get the KO.
He's got a hell of a mountain to climb. I got to tell you, Danny Christie is definitely not a pushover. I mean, they call him the bare knuckle bastard for a reason. So, but we also know that Jared Warren is probably one of the purest and hardest strikers in the BKFC game. I mean, we all remember what happened at the Mr. Olympia weekend. In fact, they were talking about it today on the Bare Knuckle podcast, on the Bare Knuckle show with Brian Sosha, how he broke the punching bag game.
I feel like our next guest, Jeff, can probably knock down the whole machine.
Whole machine. I think that this guy can send a crack down the fault line.
With that being said, Jeff,
I'll
let you do the honors because you do it so well.
You know something? I'm sick of
Can we
doing.
put a little something? Can we put a little something on our main man's name this time? I want to hear a half. Can we do a half announcement? A half.
Because Tony, because you did not discuss this with me in advance, it's all you now.
All right. Well, I will. I'll keep it simple then, because I can't kill it like you, man. But that's
you
fine.
You don't have to kill it. Just maim it. Wound it.
I will.
Wound it.
We are bringing in the one and only. Say no.
Please.
Let's bring in the one and only Big Ben Rothwell. Boom.
Holy crap. He takes up the whole damn camera. I love it. I love it. I love it. What's going on, big man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Oh,
you guys decide how you're going to do my ring announcement. Jeff, you can't do it on the fly.
That's fucked up, right?
Ben, I can do anything on the fly, but just like anything else, my partner in crime decided to drop me on that last minute. I don't work that way. I don't work for scale. So come on now. You got to be a little bit more, give me a little bit more time on that. But I'm going to tell you something, dude. When we first heard word that you were going to be heading to Bkfc, I was definitely one of your biggest supporters coming in, because of the fact that you are getting someone who's done it all, who really has done it all. Somebody who has been in the game for over 2 decades, who has faced the who's who, and a very rare breed of heavyweight that you are, is because of the fact that you've been able to fight through an entire generation and begin fighting the next generation moving forward. Not too many guys can actually lay claim to that. And you're one of the very, very few. So when I heard you coming into bare knuckle, I was just saying to myself, man, it's going to be a glove fit without the gloves. It's kismet. And you have absolutely not let a single one of us down, man. You have killed it each and every time. So before we get into talking to you about that, I just wanted to get that off my chest for you, bro.
Thank you. It's quite the build-up introduction. I appreciate it.
Of course.
That's
how you do it, Tony.
Obviously an OG, combat sports fan, and paying attention to a lot. So, like you said, there's a generation. It's like, well, for me, it's 2 decades of fighting. My very first fight was 1999. First pro fight was 2001. And here we are, 2023, and still competing in the highest level of combat sports. So it's been a ride, and it's crazy. I'm 42 and finding ways to keep improving things. I think that's what is really important to keeping alive. They say when you stop improving, you start dying. So I gotta, every one of these showings, I gotta find a way to show something new, and really grooving on the bare knuckle right now. It's definitely, like you said, it's a good fit. A glove fitting without the gloves.
Glove fit without the gloves. I'm going to tell you, man, seriously, they should have a song out for you, man. I think the Offspring could probably do it. And all the girlies say he's pretty spry for a big guy. My God. I'm selling it a little bit too much, Tony. I'm going to let you go ahead and take over before I, my lips are getting chapped. I'm just fucking around.
Now, I let me know if I'm correct. Is this going to be your 52nd pro fight?
I don't even know what the numbers are. I didn't look.
I'm just looking at Tapology. It says 37 and 14.
So remember how much they don't report.
Yeah.
I'm 39 and 14, I think, with an MMA record.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So that would be
number
52.
Missing 4 fights on top of it.
Oh, there we go. So 55.
And that's from way early 2000s. So I even talked to some of the back then. They're actually doing a lot better job today recording. But when I started, people didn't even know if the sport was going to, combat sports, MMA in general, they didn't know if it was going to stick around very long.
Yep.
Here we are. And it's one of the definitely, certainly, combat sports in general is blowing up exponentially the last 5 years. I just think the last 20 years it's been really something, but man, it's really turned into something this last 5 years, because it's not just MMA. I mean, obviously MMA has been a huge component to getting combat sports worldwide, but that's what I just said. I welcome, obviously bare knuckle, even karate combat, and just even the boxing. A lot of the, YouTubers, as they say, are getting involved. I don't care, because that's just more eyes on combat sports. As a unit with all these organizations, we're just getting worldwide attention right now, and just really getting combat sports watched all around the world. And that's really something that makes me proud to be a part of this.
I can't lie. When the whole I guess you could say influencer boxing thing started, I was kind of against it, or I guess down talked it, and just like I guess you could say everybody else. But now actually DJing a couple of the shows, I'm like, this is, it's pretty cool, especially seeing all the kids that come out to it, and all the support that they get, and obviously all those influencers have millions of views, so it's only going to bring way more people. And I think once the BKFC did it, and had the influencer fights, I was like, all right, I guess it's all right. And so then from there, I kind of gave in, should I say.
So I had my version of the same thing started way back during the tap out days, 2005, being a fighter was a coveted thing. I didn't want anybody to say it, it was, I did it, something I do. I get in the cage and I fight, and this is like a big deal. And I kind of I didn't want anybody else talking about it or saying they did it. I took offense to it. I'm like, I'm the one that get in the cage doing it. Don't act like you're a part of it. I'm like 25, 26 years old. And that's just kind of the mentality I had. It's like, for me, it was like a badge of honor. If you wore a tap out shirt, it's because you fight in the ring. You better represent. That's just kind of the way it is, because guys started to figure out there was that period of time where if you wear a tap out shirt, people are like, oh, this guy knows something. Mm-hmm. So there was a couple of years of that where we started making fun of guys that did it, but people realized the general public didn't know any better. They just, if somebody wore that shirt, they must be a tough guy. Well, it gave me a little bit of time, and eventually I figured out that I'm like, wait a minute. Just because somebody wears a Packers jersey doesn't mean they think they're a professional football player. Just because somebody wears a basketball jersey, right? And I'm like, no, that's mainstream sports. That means people are showing it. They're fans. I'm like, this is happening for fighting. And it just took my brain a second to realize, I'm like, wait a minute. We're getting everyday people wearing fight clothing. This is a great thing. I mean, this sport's finally blowing up. It was really in the dark ages when I feel like I started. You had politicians trying to make it illegal, and it wasn't anywhere even close to what it is today. And I finally figured out, I'm like, yeah, the more people wear tap out shirts, the more people are talking about fighting, the better. And then you kind of see the UFC's model. They went global, and that was the absolute smartest and most awesome thing that ever happened, because now you see BKFC's right on that. They're going global. And I'm like, yes, get as many eyes on us as possible. I want people wearing the shirts. I want YouTubers trying to put on shows with us. It doesn't matter, because it's all good for us. At the end of the day, more people talking about the sport, the better.
Absolutely. And I couldn't agree with you more. And it's all about building the brand. I mean, you were there with the biggest brand in the history of combat sports, and that there's a difference between UFC fans and MMA fans. A huge, huge difference. There were those that were loyal only to the brand because the UFC was very good at building the brand. I feel that BKFC is along those same lines, going out of their way from a promotional standpoint to build the brand, to get people interested in it, because there's going to be BKFC fans and then there's going to be bare knuckle fans, just like anything else. So with the brand getting the recognition that it is, I think that the UFC did a lot of groundwork for us so that we didn't have to struggle as much. So, they did that for most of us. But with that brand recognition, I believe that that's where those eyeballs are going to come. With all the things that we've done with BKFC, a lot of people said that the influencer show was a big, big mistake. They said some people thought it was a clown show, but I agree with you. I see it for what it was. It was more eyeballs on the sport. After that particular show, I started seeing more BKFC shirts. I started seeing more people talk about bare knuckle fighting championship. So I think it's in those beta tests that we end up getting additional brand recognition.
Agreed.
He keeps it simple with me. Fuck.
Well, you didn't want to give him his intro, so he's like,
oh, sour grapes. Sour grapes, I see. Sour grapes on bones to domes. That's okay.
You got a couple points there. We're kind of beating down the point where we're getting more eyes on it. But you brought up about the BKFC, and I think they're doing it right. It's just there's other organizations being created that want to do bare knuckle. And the BKFC is to make a very fine point that the best bare knuckle fighters fight in the BKFC. It's the UFC is strong on the best fighters of MMA fight in the UFC. Well, if you want to be the best at bare knuckle, then you're going to do it in the BKFC. And that's, you know, having guys like me and Platinum Perry, like we're here raising the bar, and you just see the natural talent being developed. You see some of these guys that have been doing, you know, 6, 7, 8 bare knuckle fights. They're pulling away from the guys that only have a couple fights, because this is a unique thing, fighting with our bare knuckles. I learned a lot in my last fight, and this experience is just, it's going to get to a point where it's going to be really hard to catch me once I get going, and I pick up a few more little pointers, and I'm learning in these fights. Heavyweights are going to realize, especially, you can't just come in here and do it. And like, basically their realm is, I got to come and hit Ben as fast as I can and knock him out in the first 10 seconds. I say, yeah, good luck. That's what everybody wants to do. But if this shit goes past that, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because you're in firing range. You're in firing range, 100%. And you being the veteran fighter that you are, you know, I always have the question: do you believe the rule set, the skill set, you know, the overall pace that BKFC sets as opposed to any other combat sport? Do you see that 180 shift, the complete difference when it comes to this combat sport, as opposed to mixed martial arts, kickboxing, and any other combat sport that you've ever involved yourself in professionally? Do you see that monumental difference?
I can't say 180. I won't say it's either, because there's so much similarity. That's the reason I'm able to be successful, is because of all my years of experience with MMA and things like that. It's just, it's different. But at the end of the day, this is combat sport, and my years of boxing, kickboxing, and MMA, obviously all that experience is being put to play here. It's just, now my training is very focused. You know, I'm not kickboxing, I'm not wrestling, I'm not doing jiu-jitsu, so to speak. It's just very focused on my hands, head movement, defense, and strength and conditioning. So my training is a lot more tuned in. But as far as a 180, it's kind of tough to say, because we're combat sports. I want us all to kind of share that umbrella. What I do see is there's a difference in rounds, though, the 2 minutes to 5 minutes. So we're definitely pushing the action. Like, we don't want to see decisions, even though they happen, but a lot of these fights are getting ended. My fights get ended, and I think it's a very, very fan friendly for that nature. It's like, it's not too short, but you don't see, you know, even if the fight is a snoozer, which doesn't happen very often, it's only 10 to 14 minutes. So like, we can get past it quick enough. And I think that's the biggest thing, is it's very fan friendly that way. We're really good at getting people that aren't quite into combat sports, and they come watch it for the first time, like a lot of people have done for me, and they just instantly become fans. And I think that's really our key to success, is getting more people to live shows, especially.
Do you think
substitute for experience, right, Tony?
Yeah, that is true. Do you think that since the rounds are faster, that, you know, a lot of fighters would go in there and maybe do stuff that they wouldn't normally do, because they know they have to work faster than you know, they would with the 5-minute round?
I mean, it's kind of the name of the game. Like, that whole, like, I'm gonna hold out and do something in the third round, like, well, not fighting me or not, like, this shit's a sprint. Like, we're going at it. And like I said, it just makes it really fan friendly. And you get two guys, we've seen it has happened, two guys dance around with each other. And, you know, it doesn't matter the rounds then. Those two guys kind of made a decision in their minds how they're going to fight. They could be 5 rounds, it could be 2 rounds. It doesn't matter. They're both trying to play some sort of counter-punching defensive measure. And when the fight's over, I'm pretty sure the boss lets them know that was absolute bullshit.
Garbage.
You ain't gonna do this shit again. Like, because all the other fights on the card end up delivering and kind of make those guys look real bad. So, like I said, really, really exciting, you know, because of the rounds, and like I said, fan friendly.
Now, the boss, Tony, the boss definitely knows. The boss definitely lets them know when he's displeased about that. I think we all remember what happened early on. In fact, it was actually what was the name of the kid that he said that he was gonna take half his purse?
I can't remember, but it was a while ago. It was
a while ago, but let's just say this was focused on the Joe Rogan experience. And, you know, it was early on within BKFC. Dave even came forward saying that, you know, that he was wearing his heart on his sleeve that day. He hasn't done anything like that before. It was like a learning experience from him, and he's never done that before. But when you're sitting ringside and you're watching Dave, If he's unhappy with the fight, you know it. You know it. He does not hide that. And he's jumped up on the apron. He's let people know about that. He is a passionate promoter and a passionate fight fan. You got to remember the background that his family comes from. I mean, he's been baptized in blood.
You know it.
Yeah.
Now, from when you first your first fight with Bobo O'Bannon to now going on to your third fight, what do you think that? Obviously, I know you've learned different things, but what do you think is the biggest thing that you take away from your first fight to now?
Ooh, like that.
More or less, because of my years of experience, I kind of had what to expect, and what I more or less did was I verified, I confirmed things that I thought, and it was obviously the Copeland fight. The second fight, defensive things. He, in the first round, he kind of see me like whatever, figuring things out, whatever, and I did. I figured out a lot of my defense that worked. Because you get used to 16-ounce gloves, and then all of a sudden a bare knuckle gets thrown at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same thing. Let's be honest. The hand's smaller, can cut through the guard differently. So I really tightened things up and really come to, figure some things out myself defensively. Offensively, I've never had someone's tooth puncture my knuckle before. And I got a permanent scar.
Indention, huh? Yeah.
It's a permanent. That was a tooth went through my knuckle. I never had that happen before. Josh Copeland, tough son of a bitch, man, because he took some because I really clicked into my mode. Basically, the second part of the second round to all the end of the third round, that man took a lot of punishment from me. I really dialed in, and accuracy is a big thing for me with this. That's the one thing about my hands is they find their mark. I'm not there to punch your elbow and punch you top of the head. I'm going to punch you in all the places you don't want me to punch you, and that's a big key to this too.
Was that the fight where the DJ fucked up your music?
You better not have. Fuck the DJ. No, don't say that. We don't. DJ's been doing a good job, so let's just keep it.
You're gonna put yourself on the sacrificial slab just like that, Tony?
Hey, it's all right.
Wow.
Yeah, if you mess up, you mess up. I twisted quick, but it was
Hey,
it's not how you mess up; it's how you recover. It's how you recover.
Yeah, I don't think you messed up. What do you did something happen? Luckily, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
See, this is where you backpedal and say no.
I actually so on the fight card that I had, it had you guys backwards. It had you coming out first and him second, or whichever way it was. And so I accidentally started playing your song for him. And I was like, oh shit. When I seen him walking out, I was like, oh fuck. And I had to switch it really quick. Then for obviously for you, it was the right song. But yeah. Definitely started playing the wrong song for him.
And he's just fine. Then he's doing just fine. That's just a little DJ Tony slip. We all have them and everything. But now let's go ahead. Let's talk about what's at hand. Bkfc 56, Salt Lake City. First time ever for bare knuckle fighting in the history of the state of Utah. Exciting stuff. But we got Todd Duffy. In my opinion, I mean, this is just my opinion. I think that guy has a big mountain to climb, no pun intended, because of the fact that you're coming into your third bare knuckle fight. That you learned a lot in your last fight against Josh Copeland. And now somebody coming in, a fight veteran, not as seasoned a fight veteran as you, but somebody coming in, I believe that he's got a hell of a mountain to climb when it comes to technique and when it comes to experience. What do you take away from that, or what do you think of that?
Him and I both know that. Like, I know what I'm bringing to the table. He knows, and he's been showing, he's training pretty hard for me. So what I do know from all my experience is this man's very dangerous in the beginning. And if he has any kind of success, he'll get more and more dangerous. And that's what his game plan is. Mm-hmm. I know that he doesn't know the things that I know. He doesn't know how the knuckles are going to feel. He doesn't know he can't practice getting hit with a bare knuckle.
Yeah.
You don't do. Somebody might. I would not suggest it. You don't. So the only time you really get this is that bit of time, in the cage. and I think he's going to be really shocked what it feels like, and surprised. And so it's a big deal for me to make contact. It's gonna take him out of his fight. I mean, there's no way around it. So I know that he's looking for a, get in there, hit me, and just kind of get in and get out. I mean, I just don't see a game plan that says, hey, let's dance around and try to wear Ben out and take this 5 rounds. I mean, he might try. I also know, I think he's banking on, hey, I'm a lighter guy, so I'm faster. That might be, it might be true in like a 40-yard sprint, but we're not sprinting 40 yards. My hands, I might be very well the biggest guy in BKFC, but I think if you haven't paid attention, I think I have very surprising hand speed. And it's going to surprise him. It's just something you can't train for. He can try to get all the training partners you want, but I just think training specifically for me, it's very, very tough to do. So he's got a lot on the table, and I'm saying all this because I'm not taking him lightly. You know what I mean? It's just a foolish thing. Is like, no, we're 2 of the best heavyweights in the world. He was brought in for a reason. He signed the contract because he believes he can beat me. So I have to take offense to that. And yeah, I'm gonna show him that why I'm on my way. I want the title, and he's in my way.
Speaking of the title, who would you like? I mean, I know that you'll face anybody. I know you'll fight anybody. I know you'll face anybody. But
the 2 that are fighting,
out of the 2 who are fighting, who would you like to toe the line with?
I'm gonna just be honest. My gut has a feeling that Arnold Adams is probably gonna win again. I mean, he already has a win. He's experienced. He's the most experienced of the heavyweights. I'm pretty sure.
100%.
His opponent's got more fights than me too, so he's also very experienced. I just feel like Arnold has the advantage. Good chance that that's the guy I'm gonna have to beat to get the title, and it's gonna be a hell of a fight. But our other brother from England, honestly, I would like that fight. I don't think it's gonna happen. I gotta kind of just, see, for me, I don't even like to look too far ahead because Todd Duffy is a legit threat, and I don't want to.
I agree.
Any means, don't even think for a second I'm looking past him.
I know
exactly what I have to do December 2nd. Like, I have a very serious opponent in front of me, and he's getting 100% of my attention.
No, it's just a little bit outside the box.
But just outside the box,
yeah, just outside the box.
These guys are fighting for the title on the same night that we're fighting. It's kind of a thing. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like a winner versus winner thing's going to happen.
Now, here's the weird thing, Tony. This is the weird thing if you're going to talk about these guys. AJ Adams is super fucking dangerous when he's focused.
Yeah.
But Mick Terrell is super fucking dangerous when he's healthy. Because we've seen what happened. We've seen what happens when Mick fights when he's battling illness, and even he'll still toe the line. But when that guy is healthy, dude, he's scary. He's scary. But when AJ is focused, and AJ, he's the first to say that the last fight that he had where he lost the title, the main reason that he lost the title is because he dropped his focus and started clowning around when he shouldn't have. He said that was one of the things that led to him losing the title. I don't think that you're going to see that from him again. I don't think that he's going to clown around again. I think he's going to take everything super seriously. He has the opportunity to be the only 3-time BKFC World Heavyweight Champion coming up on the same night that Ben is fighting. So, I mean, it's a historical night, isn't it, Tony?
Both guys have a chip on their shoulder.
Big time.
Mick Terrell said he wasn't healthy. Time. He wants to show his best. Arnold Adams obviously lost his title in a way he didn't feel he should. So you got 2 guys that got a chip on their shoulders. They're heavyweights. I'm expecting fireworks as well.
Hell yeah.
The card is like super stacked.
Beyond stacked. They just added another badass fight just a couple days ago. We all knew that it was on, but it officially got put out with Stevens.
Rivera and Stevens, man, that's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be a fucking banger. I mean, come on, we got 4 fucking titles.
We got 4
titles on there. I know.
So many good fights that heavyweight fight is almost like opening the card. Like, that's how far down on the card it is.
Like I know.
That's how stacked this card is. Like, it's ridiculous.
They did it right for Utah. I mean, Salt Lake City, my vibe is I got a very a Denver feel, and I mean this in a positive way. Because honestly, Utah was like even cleaner. The city was like really badass. I'd never been there before, but for press conference, I was really impressed. But Denver is a fight town. It really is. I spent there a month there. Look at the BKFC keeps going there because we keep selling out the arena. I got that same vibe from Utah. They want fights. I'm expecting an electric crowd, a knowledgeable crowd, and a crowd that's really going to get into these fights.
How was the turnout for the press conference? Was it pretty good?
It was kind of quiet. Like there was a group of people, but I just don't know that it was really pushed to be a big thing. You know, we still had autographs. We still had some people got to show up, but I just don't feel like that's what it was for. I think it was kind of a closing it thing anyway, so I wasn't worried about it. There were still people there, and you know, it's all about fight night, man.
I'm sure we'll do like a workout thing like we normally do for the bigger shows.
Open workout?
Open workout probably. Yeah. I would assume for the fans to come out and actually get to hang out. It was like you said, that was probably more of a chill thing. They probably didn't want so many people there anyways with not having the whole team there and not having all of us to actually be able to help out if something were to happen or whatnot.
Yeah. You know, I'd like to see, Tony, I'd like to see them kind of bring back the way that we did the overall production when we did the first Knucklemania. If you remember when we did the weigh-ins for the first Knucklemania, we had Sean and Chris open up on commentary and do toss backs back and forth and everything. I always feel something like that, especially for a show of this magnitude, is important. It's always important to go one step further on the production side because it really, really adds the sizzle to the steak. And anything that we can add to this, even though it almost feels like we can't add anything, it feels like a U-Haul that's packed to the brim. We can't get another fucking thing in the truck. But I'd like to see that little extra on there because I believe people like Ben, like Todd, like everybody who's stepping up to toe the line that time. We need to let the world know that these are the guys that are they're going to destroy it. They're absolutely going to destroy it. They are going to bring down the house in every possible way that they can. So, you know, that's just my thought process on it. But, you know, Ben, you know, it's such an interesting thing watching the ascension and the journey of a bare knuckle fighter. And it's even more interesting when you watch that ascension and journey of a veteran fighter that comes in. You know, I mean, you're not in a situation like some of them have come in almost like a gunfighter coming in for one last good fight. You know, you're at the sweet spot age-wise to where, you know, you could make a good run for bare knuckle for quite some time. We only have so many 18 or 19-year-olds. I mean, yes, we do have Kai Stewart, who's the youngest champion we've ever had, but that's a rarity. Most of our champs are in their late 30s, early 40s and such. So you've still got a lot of time. I mean, do you see yourself continuing to devote your time to bare knuckle fighting championship with the way that things are going right now?
I enjoy this, first of all. Like I very much enjoy it, and that's the most important part. As far as my body, you know, ultimately it's up to my body. God, whatever say you. I just kind of like feel things out and listen. And right now my body's, you know, cooperating, and I'm having a good time with this. Ultimately, my future, it's going to be decided by, you know, David Feldman. It's very clear. I'm expected to do big things and destroy people. And I think as long as I keep doing that and making the fans happy, they're going to keep giving me fights. So I know what I need to do. That's what needs to be done. And I think if those things are done, then you're going to see me keep fighting.
Fuck yeah, man. This is such an easy interview. I don't even need to fucking, you know what? I'm going to go.
I can easily see you here for, you know, obviously way longer, but at least another 3-4 years, just, you know, really just cruising along and you know, picking off all the heavyweights and you know, doing what you do best. And just like you said, you're just starting to obviously you've been fighting all your life, but it's a different breed, bare knuckle. And I feel like, just like you said in that last fight, that you found your groove now. And going into this fight, I mean, I honestly, you know, I don't see it going past 2 rounds. Like I honestly,
no way.
I think your jab is gonna do what you do, and when it comes to coming in the clinch, when you start working that body, it's gonna be a wrap, man. And that's just how I see it.
It's DJ, like what he said. He's gonna hit you where you don't want to be hit.
Yeah, and Todd, my dance partner is pretty much thinking the same thing. He fights one way, and we watched him historically. He's had good nights, he's had bad nights, but one thing you got to give him credit for, he comes to bring a fight. So win or lose, it's a setup to be a great fight for the fans.
It's kind of just like he said here, and just like you kind of said at the press conference. I mean, if you grab that strap, who's going to take it from you?
I do like that, King of Violence belt.
Yes, you did.
We're gonna have to see how the night goes.
They'll have to do like a King Kong or a Godzilla belt for you, and whoever's the heavyweight one instead, the King Kong Championship.
Hell yeah!
So after you get this win, are we going to see Big Ben on the slopes out there? Hitting the skis out there, or any snowboarding or anything?
Yeah, right.
What?
I was thinking about some scotch,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. Up at the top of the mountain, just or riding the ski lift back down with the bottle of scotch.
Shot, then they'd mistake me for the Yeti. I gotta be careful.
He's alive.
I don't think there's going to be a Gojira moment in Utah. Well, I think the only Gojira movement is going to be when you're actually walking to the ring. I think that then we can have everybody flee.
To step away from fighting real quick, I don't want to know. I'm a big football fan. Are you? Do you enjoy the NFL at all or college football?
I got a couple of buddies that are obsessed with it, so I always talk shit because they like to group text me about this and that. And honestly, I just don't really watch other sports. I as a kid, I was involved with baseball, and I tell you, man, I'd rather smash my head into a wall than watch baseball. I'm just not into it. I don't care about basketball or anything. I respect and appreciate athletes at the highest level, especially. I just don't really get into watching anything. It's like a football game is on. I'd much rather go play Elden Ring or Dark Souls or something. So that's kind of my thing.
But the funny thing about it is, Tony, the only time that was interesting in baseball, I mean, I agree with you. I'd rather hit my head against a brick wall than actually watch an entire game of baseball. But I do remember the time during the home run derby. Now that was an exciting time because that's when you knew these three key players were roiding like nobody's fucking business. Every week they got bigger and bigger and bigger. And
Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and his Barry Bonds going to be So I don't even know. I don't watch, and even I knew about that. So yeah, that was baseball's moment for sure.
I think so. I really think it was because at one point it wasn't. Is he going to hit another homer? It was basically, is he going to hit it out of the fucking zip code? I mean, is it going to go outside the goddamn parking lot? I mean, they're just what they were shooting for. And I'm like, Barry Bonds, his head got bigger every time. I mean, he looked like a fucking Mardi Gras float at one point. You're going to tell me that this guy is hitting clean? I don't fucking think so. But it was interesting. It was an interesting time. It had people curious about baseball instead of it's the OCDs that always love baseball because of how precise everything is. But when you put an aspect like that into it, an aspect of entertainment with a select few people who could do it, that made baseball interesting again. I'd love to see another home run derby with some roided out steroid heads, man, going at it. I would, man. That would make it interesting. I think so, man.
All that is beaten now because Aaron Judge last year took the throne. My Yankees, Aaron Judge took the throne and is the home run champion or whatever the most home runs in one season. I think it was 68 or 69. I think the record was 67. I think it was Lou Gehrig, and he beat it last year.
So he basically got
most home runs in the season.
So he basically got a home run over 1/3 of the season.
Yeah.
Fuck.
See, I have no idea. So that shows the media.
Well, only because I'm a Yankees fan is the only reason I was paying attention.
Like I didn't watch baseball or give a single shit about it, and I knew who the three guys were because it was like all over the place. But now look at it, just doesn't get the coverage it used to.
Now you're in your 40s, Ben. I know that growing up, you had to have been a fan of martial arts. You had to have been a fan of fighting when you were younger. Did you ever watch old school kickboxing back in the day? Back when it was American style kickboxing.
Does Bloodsport count?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Those movies 100% shaped and directed, kind of set me on the course that I'm on. Because I try to act those movies out, and like
we all did.
they were my childhood, man. But I never really got to watch the real thing. So
okay.
And I wish I had started martial arts younger, but I didn't have that kind of I don't know what the word is. My brother and my parents didn't really believe in it. Like my brother was 7 years older than me, so it was kind of like,
so it really wasn't implemented into your family. It wasn't something that was implemented into your family. It wasn't something that your parents strived for you to excel in.
Right. And I asked to box when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, and they were just like, no. And then when I was 17, that's when I started. I just got my license, and I was like, I'm doing this. So I really, really kind of put myself into it on my own terms.
Now, going back through your whole fight career, is there one opponent that you wish you could bring back and fight again?
One?
Yeah, just one.
You got look at this guy's record.
One.
You got plenty.
Yeah, I got plenty. Let me tell you, man. Like the Cain Velasquez fights, like that. Not then, because then he was one thing. But if I fought him now, it's just like I'm still extremely dangerous, and he's just not the same guy. You know what I mean? So it's like we're not on the same course. But give
me your top
I don't even like
three,
bringing up his name because man, that guy went through some shit and ringer and everything else. But I'm just talking to him and I as athletes. Him and I as fighting in the cage together, not anything else. That's a guy that I'm like, all right, let's fight now. But there's several of my losses. Obviously, there's a guy like that, and I'm like, I want to fight that guy. I want to fight this guy. But the one that pisses me off the most is my very last loss in MMA. That absolutely pisses me off the most out of all of them. And it wasn't even a title fight or nothing like that. Obviously, the Junior Dos Santos fight was a really bad. Technically, I shouldn't have even took the fight. There's so many things wrong. But that fight pisses me off too, just because I didn't fight well at all. And even with that, none of the fights pissed me off as much as my, it was Marcus de Lima, I think.
Marcos de Lima.
That one pisses me off more than anything.
Okay.
UFC Fight Night 197.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all my losses. Almost all of them are due to a decision.
14
losses, like 10, 12, 11 of them are all decisions. I lost once to a third round key lock. I lost to a guillotine once, which was stupid. So there's a couple and then there's the Lima I lost in 30 seconds. That fight is bullshit. And it's like maybe somehow even bare knuckle or something, I still get that fight back.
I would like that. I would like to see you run that back because the big man just doesn't get put down. You don't get put down, and I can understand that stinging a little bit. So yeah. For hey, Marcus Lima, if you happen to come across this, and if you're ever thinking bare knuckle, why not run it back?
Oh, and he's a striker. That's primarily what he considers himself. So I could see it easily happening. So who knows? It might.
Fuck yeah.
He's my age. He's 38, so he can still still bang. He's got a 21 and 21-9 record, so he's got that loss this year to Derek Lewis. So yeah, let's try to get him over to Bkfc.
Yeah, he lost. He got a win against me. He got the ref to stop it, and then he and the reason it pissed me off so bad is because he talked shit after the fact. I usually have a very good, even with the guys I've lost to, like Junior Dos Santos, like super cool after the fight, win or lose. I wish the guys the best. I've had a good relationship with many guys that I beat, many guys that have beat me. We all have a very good relationship. De Lima decided to start talking shit after the fight, And I'm like, you're a fucking punk bitch. I will fuck you up on the street. And he's got that coming. It was funny as Karma, then he eats a flying knee and loses the fight in 30 seconds. So I was going to kind of be like, ha ha, bitch, but I'm the one that wanted to do it.
What good can come from that, man? It's just like you said. It's just like opening the door for karma.
That's what he got.
I think it's literally the same exact. Oh, 32 seconds was yours, and then Derek Lewis beat him in 33 seconds, so 1 second difference. That's yeah, we definitely got to run that back. I'm gonna definitely push
the ref
that.
stopped mine. Like it was bad. It looked ugly, but I was there. Like as soon as the ref stops it, I'm not. My hands are up. I'm there. He was fucked up. Like he got fucked up. He said he got his teeth knocked out, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. So he was out. Like he was out of that fight.
I definitely. Oh, here we go. We got BKFC fighter Gabrielle Roman asking, do you plan on trying bare knuckle MMA as well?
I'm with the BKFC right now, brother. So
there you go, Gabby.
BKFC.
I'm trying to switch them over.
Yeah, as long as I'm making Mr. David Feldman happy and I'm kicking ass, and I want this to be my home. And
come on, Gabby, let's keep him on his feet.
Yeah. What are you doing? I don't even know why I put that question.
Let's keep him on his feet, man. It's
because you know what? Some of my biggest wins were with my jiu-jitsu. You know, what's my biggest regrets? Not using my clinch and not using my ground game. So many fights, I just stood on the feet. You know, acting like I was fighting bare knuckle, but I was actually fighting MMA. So, yeah, you're looking at a guy that has a lot of regret. You know, I've had some really good ups, a lot of downs, and I guess that just makes me, man. I've been through the fucking ringer, and I carry a lot of experience. And if anything, I'm able to help those underneath me. I got some great guys in my gym, and I just think as the next couple of years go by, some things are happening with combat sports in general, or I think I'm going to bring some things to the table that could really help the industry. So we'll see it happens.
I love that. I love.
Did you happen to watch this past weekend's Gamebred main event heavyweight fight?
Yeah.
I didn't. I can't tell you that I watched the fight start to finish, but I always know what's going on. And all I heard down the table is Roy Nelson won the fight, got a super shitty decision. You know, I didn't need to watch the fight. I could piece things together. Like I know that Espinal's the new interim champion at heavyweight in UFC. So a little bit of media on my phone kind of tells me enough where I don't have to watch fights fucking start to finish. But
yeah, it was just like Russ said. Oh, well, that was good.
It was
just like Russ said. It was definitely trash.
Yeah. It was controversial as fuck, but let's just say this: you definitely know.
Are you calling me trash, or you saying the fight was trash?
No.
I love you, man.
Russ don't have balls like grapefruits to do that, man. I know that for a fact. He ain't gonna do that shit.
No, he was saying the decision was trash.
Yeah, I heard down the board like.
Well, let's just say it was so bad that Gamebred had to release a statement. Basically praising the patience of the Mississippi State Athletic Commission for it. So if they had to release a statement about that, if they felt that they had to be compelled in order to say something, there's some shit going on.
Hell no! I don't want none.
I mean, you're a big guy, Russ. Ben's a bigger guy. That's just the way.
Russ is a big guy, but that's not.
I know Russ is a big guy.
That's not the same.
So I feel bad for Roy. Obviously I have a history with him too, and Belcher. So yeah, it's too bad.
I was going for Big Country, it was bullshit, man. I was the first. I want to say I was the first one, but I was very quickly to jump on and bash the whole damn decision. And if you literally go to their Instagram post where they posted about it, 99% of the comments all say that he won, that Roy won. And
that's what I read too. Yeah.
Fuck! Did you see Jason Knight after? Woo. Oh man, I thought he looked bad after. I thought he looked bad after he fought for us. I was like, wow, man. I'm gonna just tell you this guy. Tougher than the $2 steak I've ever fucking seen, man. I have never seen scars. I have never seen scars, and I've seen a lot of fucking scars. I've been like you, Ben. I've been in the combat sports world for 20 years, and I've seen everything leading up to death. So I mean, I've seen it all. But the one thing that I have seen, it's very seldom that you see someone with the consistent scars throughout a fight like Jason Knight does, man. I mean, just my God, he just goes in there and just lets it all fucking fly.
Hope he got a bag, man. I hope he got a bag.
Jesus, man, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he broke his
orbital bone.
He did his orbital bone and all that quick too. Like,
well, don't you remember when he fought the first time that he fought for us, when he fought Artem Lobov? Stitch told us that in the entire time that he has been a cut man, he has never treated more consistent cuts on one fighter than he did with Jason Knight. Nobody.
I'm not putting that up, Russ.
That's saying something. That's saying something right there. But I want to jump off that for just a second, and I want to get a heavyweight's perspective on something that happened not too long ago. I want to talk for a second about the Ngannou and Tyson Fury debacle. And I want to talk about what you think about that. My opinion on the fight is that Ngannou's stock went up and Fury's stock went right through the fucking floor. That's just me.
I mean, I don't think you have to say it's just you. Just again, do my little bit of media looking. Sounds like, yeah, that's the basic vibe. I'd say 90 to 95% all agreed with you. The biggest thing is the MMA. It was kind of like MMA versus boxing. Mm-hmm. All of MMA world was like, we fucking won. Here we go. MMA fighters can box too. Boxers, you fucking suck. And the boxing realm went crickets, and then a couple of the named, trainers and stuff were like, oh, Tyson Fury won. And it's like, they were saying it and like wondering if God was going to hit them with lightning because they knew they were lying right through their teeth. But they had to show face to back up boxing. So I think Tyson Fury really let down his whole community. I think the biggest thing is he didn't, which is very surprising to me. You watch Ngannou, the man's legit, the man's training hard. Mm-hmm. I just kind of blown away that Tyson Fury took it like an easy fight. And I was kind of dumbfounded. Do I think the fight's can be better in the rematch? I sure in the hell hope so. Does Tyson Fury take a rematch? To save face, he's kind of got to.
He's kind of painted into a corner. Yeah, you either retire or you take the rematch and move past that, because we've seen what happens when he takes something lightly and he trains. When he trains, he's a completely different guy. When he takes things lightly, he shows up with the most impressive muffin top that you've ever seen a heavyweight boxer sport. I mean, just seriously. I mean, I remember seeing that. I'm like saying, my God. And the guy is still just so genuinely fucking tough that he finds a way to get the W. That he finds a way to get it out. He ends up fighting, what's his name, and gets knocked down and sits up like the goddamn Undertaker.
Yeah.
He
was asleep. He was definitely asleep. I don't know how
when he fought Deontay Wilder, man, he just sat up like the goddamn Undertaker. I mean, he's definitely one of the more unique heavyweights in that sense. But I agree. I think he has to run it back in order to save face.
Well, it looks like, I don't know if you guys seen this. I'm not here to promote him, but it looks like they announced him and Usyk are going to fight in February. So,
that was, that had to happen.
They're doing that.
Too. Yeah.
I think Francis is already, trying to get a fight set up with Dayton Wilder. It sounds like that's the fight that got people excited. They're talking about MMA, boxing.
Well, he's got the PFL deal too. Yeah.
So it's like who knows what's going to go. But at the end of the day, I think Fury and Ngannou got a big payday coming with another rematch sometime later next year.
Ngannou made $12 million. I mean, that's a good. I mean, with his percentage of what his pay and his percentage of the pay-per-views. I mean, and you also have to figure, look at the star power that was out there that night. I mean, that was fucking impressive for all those people, which is now becoming like the Atlantic City, which is now becoming Las Vegas, of all places to end up becoming a fight mecca, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I did not think that would ever happen.
When you say that, it sounds broken to me because Conor McGregor I think there's some truth to it because of, Floyd Mayweather saying that he made $300 million and they said McGregor got $100 million. $100 million.
I believe.
I didn't find that hard to believe. I'm like, yeah, he made $100 million. Yeah. I thought Francis for sure was up for $100 million. I'm like, yeah, I was telling people that. I'm like, this is before it all happened, right? When he left the UFC, I'm like, yeah, he's going to make $100 million. He's going to fight someone like Wilder or Fury. And then it just took a little while and it happened. And I was honestly kind of sad and surprised to hear the numbers. And I would like to believe
the buy rights. I know. Yeah.
I'd like it to believe that it was more than 12 million. But still, even if it's 20 million, it's not 100 million. And we're just throwing numbers around at this point in time.
The pay-per-view, buy right was abysmal. The pay-per-view right was abysmal.
They didn't, they went to Saudi Arabia and like, I hope they got paid under the table something because Saudi Arabia obviously wanted this and they had the money to do it. But yeah, when you're having a pay-per-view in the middle of the day on a Saturday, like, yeah, you're not going to get American TV buys. So I think there's definitely some promotional things that could be redone to make the next fight a lot bigger. And get a lot more pay-per-view buys for sure.
That's a good point. There was a 10-hour time difference. There was a 10-hour time difference.
It destroyed it, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons I think that one doesn't catch on the way that it does is because one still has that time difference in Singapore. And you got to get American fight fans, interested in Asian counterparts and Singaporean counterparts. And that's tough for anybody. That's tough for anybody to get that, get them interested in that.
I'm sure it's like, hey, I want to be worldwide, but I feel like one needs to just focus on one and just do what they're doing and just that's your market. Give that market all the love and attention and let that be your driving engine. This like, oh, I'm going to take over the world or I'm going to suddenly get American TV. I'm like, well, you're going up against a pretty tough entity that's established in the UFC. So, the U.S. market's tricky.
It's a Rubik's cube, man. It's tough to figure out, man. I mean, I didn't know that bare knuckle was going to ascend to the heights that it has. I knew that I was at when I did the first show, I knew that I was at the precipice of something special. I know that, but I didn't know it was going to move as fast as it did. And it was going to be met with the love that it was. I was expecting more hate because at the beginning, it was nothing but hate.
I only heard negative things in the beginning.
It was nothing. It was nothing but negative. Everybody's saying there's no fucking way that this is going to work. The funny thing is that the ones who had thought about doing bare knuckle, they were kneeling down in the weeds, looking from afar, seeing if it worked, and it did. And then shortly after, everything just started blowing up and people started taking chances because they wanted to see us take the chance first to see if it will work. And that's what happened. And then there was that shit with the World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation, oh my God, what a clusterfuck of a show that was. One fucking show and none of the fighters got paid. It was a black eye at the beginning of trying to make bare knuckle work in the United States.
Yeah, and it just hurt it. That just said it.
It hurt us too. It hurt us too because the fact that a lot of people grouped us in that.
Yeah.
They thought that we were the bare knuckle entity that did that. So it hurt us at the beginning. We had to push past that.
That's unfortunate. And yeah, it's true. They kind of it's just bare knuckle in general. Some of these other shows, they do these janky shows. Leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. Yeah, it's gonna just reflect badly on the whole shebang. But the Bkfc is doing all I hear from my friends and everybody involved. They're putting out a premium product. The visuals look good. They have in the bare knuckle world, I feel like we've accomplished. David Feldman has got like that UFC feel of bare knuckle. This is it. We're the number one organization. And it's nothing short of amazing when he posted the first year it was 3 events, and next year there's 40 or 50 some 60 some. Yeah, it's whatever it is. It's freaking unbelievable and international. That to me is the most awesome part of it. Going international with this, we're getting the whole world involved with this sport. That's why I love combat sports. The whole world's involved. It's not dominated by anything particular. The whole world's into it. We get every country has somebody in their country that they want to become an awesome fighter. They want to get known. We get the country behind them, and everybody enjoys this. And I stand there and sign autographs. I sign autographs for people that have all different religions, all different colors, and it doesn't matter, man. We're all just it's like my moment of world peace. and I can't put a price tag on how awesome that is.
Oh, is that the real Big Ben right there? Hold on.
Oh, we got another the real Big Ben. You're gonna say, oh, Jesus Christ, man! How are you gonna be such a fly DJ without your teeth?
16,
Just whoop your ass. Give me a hell yeah, Big Ben.
That must be Big Ben that works with BKFC.
Yeah. That's how
yes, it is.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You wanted me to know.
Yes, it is. Well, speaking of international, man, we got one hell of a back-to-back weekend coming up against us. We got Bkfc 54 and 55, Bkfc 54 for our first time over there in Sofia, Bulgaria. I think that's friggin' awesome. A lot of our friends are going to be over there in Bulgaria. We're going to have, I believe, Doc Muzzy is going to be over there. I believe Andy Glenn is going to be over there representing us in the squared circle. And then the very next day, we got Leeds England, Bkfc 55. And we got someone on that card that eventually wants to toe the line with you. And it's a fellow big man in the form of Mr. Rob Cunningham, who has said that he would like to step into the squared circle with you. Definitely one of our bigger fighters. He's pretty much you're a little taller than him, but size-wise, you guys are about the same. He stepped in at over 300 pounds his first fight, but he's new to the game, and as
he's all about it. He's been very vocal. He wants to fight me, and I'm like, hey, I'm down, man. I need dancing partners too, but his management is like, hell no, and so all I can do is just be like, let's fight. I'm not gonna say no.
Kevin Smith, I think, and
Kevin just got over there. Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, I think he's managing him or their team.
Yes, he is under the Jackson Wink umbrella. Yes, that's right. That's right. No, that right there is good. We had a badass time over there at BKFC Thailand. We had Buka and Senshai, which was fucking badass. That would have sold out anywhere for anybody who's any kind of an educated Thai fighter fight. And our first ever bare knuckle Thai fight rules fight, which was really, really fucking cool and everything. And I believe it was the first loss for Senshai since 2004. That's fucking that's fucking.
That's a good idea, dog.
Kyle
Mish from Mike and Mish says he wants to fight you and both Big Bens at the same time.
You ever heard the phrase biting off a little bit more than you can chew there, man? Now that's a mission I don't think you can accomplish.
That's a good one.
Big Ben, the challenge. We're gonna play the gut. Hey Kyle, we're gonna play the gut punching game as soon as I see you.
He's gonna be there, so
you're on. I'm
no turning
down.
No turning now. Live on Mission Accomplished. Mike can record it. No laughing now, buddy. It's too late now. You better bring your bulletproof vest underneath your shirt so you can take some of that damage.
Shit, you better bring
your on site. So when I see you,
it's on site, dog. You ain't even got a chance
you'll
to
get
curl.
The second punch.
You better bring your abdominizer. Fuck, man.
You don't even got a chance to curl, dog. Just take the punch and start throwing up and shit. Just make sure I'm recording at least, buddy.
So he got a receipt for your ass. That's what he's saying. He got a receipt for your ass. That's what he got.
So we're coming up on one of my favorite holidays, the most jolliest of them all. I want to ask you, have you ever, I think it would be really hilarious, but have you ever dressed up as either an elf or Santa Claus?
No.
Oh, come on, man. You got to dress up as like an elf this year. That'd be hilarious.
I can see the frankincense and myrrh.
I think we'll do Santa Claus eventually. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh.
You're like the scariest Santa Claus I can be.
That sounds like the Santa Claus from A Christmas Story.
Yep.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's my favorite.
Or the Sopranos one.
Yeah.
He's like, be funny. He's like, you got to be Santa. I don't want to be Santa. Come on, man. I don't like kids. Like, nah, man. He's ready. Look, he's bringing his flak jacket.
That's awesome. Oh shit. God.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh.
The one that pops. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I like it. Is Elf.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to dress up as Elf. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And Jim Carrey's Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yeah, I like those two. Jim Carrey's an awesome fucking actor.
I gotta always go with Home Alone. It's just my.
It's my wife. She likes that.
Every year.
Die Hard.
Oh, Die Hard too. That's of course.
Die Hard. And the reason why is because Bruce Willis still to this day says Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie. I'm like, the fact that you started it and are saying that, I'm going to fight against you every possible chance I get to say that it is a legitimate Christmas story, Christmas, because it's done on Christmas Eve. Okay. It's a fucking Christmas movie. It's just a violent Christmas movie. Get over it. Shit. It's a Christmas movie. It is.
It's true, man.
It is, man. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Come on now. Jesus. I mean, you have to spell it out there, man. Come out to the coolest. We'll get together. Have a few laughs. Come on now. Fun.
Favorite Christmas moment ever.
Moment. Wow, that's kind of vague. What you got?
Yeah, I only got like worst Christmas moments ever. Best Christmas.
Our worst Christmas toy ever. How about or gift ever? How about that?
No. Here, that's funny because it was one of the most traumatizing ones I ever had.
Ooh. I don't mean to laugh.
I'm like 4 years old. Gigantic. So at the time, I'm 4 years old. So this box was bigger than me, and it was wrapped up. And I just was like, "Oh my god!" You know, as a little kid, just whatever it is, you know. And at the time, I was into tractors and monster trucks and that kind of thing. Pretty typical 4-year-old boy, man. I was really into it. It was like my life, right? And I rip open this gigantic box, and it's a Bigfoot Power Wheels. So in 85, 84, 6, or whatever it is, this is like the newest shit. And I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, little kid, right? And I'm like, and I knocked the box over, don't think anything of it, and they had it so I could open up the side of it, and it was empty. And I crawl through the box bawling, and they're videotaping me. They're laughing their ass off, bawling. I am lost my shit. And I crawled through the other side of the box, bawling, like I don't understand what's going on. And they fucking laughed and took pictures, and it fucked me up. Now, the positive story is she had it in the basement, and then they're like, oh, only took me down in the basement. It was down there. But it was like damage was done. Damage was done, man.
I don't even want it anymore.
And I'm like broken for the rest of my life because of it.
Oh my god! I thought Artex drowning in the swamps of sadness and the never-ending story was traumatizing. Man, you beat that. Crawling through a Bigfoot box and nothing there. Wow, that fucked me up for life too. I think so too. God damn.
I was a little bit older. Maybe it could have not been so bad. I was so little. I just didn't understand what the hell was going on. So then
I crawled through the box too.
and then I don't do it now so much, but for like the last decade, I have this thing where I'm always messing with people about the Christmas presents.
Just because
I'll get somebody a little like something this big, but I'll put it in like 3 different boxes, and then they'll open this big box, and then they got to open another box, and then they got to, I'm laughing, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Childhood trauma, man.
But you do know. Yes, you do.
Mike Hunnell says that you are correct. That Die Hard is I guess they're on base.
It does.
It's one Christmas movie of the whatever.
It does. I honestly think if you're looking at an overall Christmas movie, even though that it's a different genre, if Merry Christmas is said at least 5 times throughout the entire movie, it counts.
Big
But I think that's what it is, Tony. If Christmas is mentioned at least 5 times within the movie, I have to believe that it's somewhat a Christmas themed movie. So come on.
I think you should do that for your walkout, Ben. I think they should have a big box in the middle of the ramp, and then you just pop out of it.
That would be epic.
Or on the walkway, there's a big box, and I come out all smiling and happy, and then you guys like turn my music on, and I walk through the box, and I come out the box, and either end just fucking. Someone's gonna die now.
Oh my god! Wheels are turning.
Rip the box apart.
Gears are turning on this one, man. Let's
let us know.
It's the closing song on the soundtrack. Fuck yeah, man! Come on, thank you for backing me up on that. It's nice to have some backup. Tony ain't backing up shit for me on this one.
I'm a Home Alone guy, man. What can I say? I'm sorry. I'm me all day. Home Alone and like he said, The Grinch. Actually, this year
Oh, come on. That's Dr. Seuss, man. That's Dr.
My
Seuss.
kids,
Gotta be.
yeah, we always do a theme every year, and that's what theme we're doing this year is the Grinch. I already got them all their shirts, and I got my pajamas and everything ready. So we're going Grinch this year. And
like
that's what I was last year. Last year for I did a Christmas party and I dressed up as the Grinch for the kids. So that was awesome. Like all the kids, I really got into character. I like dressing up like that because I can really come be myself. Really, I guess you could say. And man, it was fun. I can't lie.
Did you ever watch the original? Did you ever watch the original one?
Yeah, the old, like the 70s or 60s.
Yeah. The original Dr. Seuss that had the voiceover guy singing. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for adding color to the proceedings. We appreciate you. He had that deep voice. You're a Mr. Grinch. You're a king of sinful sot. I mean, man, that's.
I can imagine you talking like that, Ben.
That's pretty. No, look at this. You did a pretty good job.
Oh, he's good. He's good with the voices.
Out the voice.
Yeah, we had.
I grew up with him, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think it was Gabrielle Roman that was on, and she said the same thing that you needed to go into after your career in announcing, do a voice app over.
No, I do. Movies. No, I told you guys I do voice acting, but I have to do voices. See, if I do my announcer voice, the one thing that I've been told from voice agencies over and over and over again, that the days of like announcers doing voiceovers, that's kind of past. That's kind of passe. It doesn't exist anymore. Everybody wants quirky and conversational when it comes to that. If you're going to do voices, that's the kind of shit that you get for like cartoons and video games and shit like that, so I can do that. I mean, I could do that. But as far as like the announcement stuff, that's kind of passe, man. That kind of went out the door when Don LaFontaine died, Mr. In a World, that best fucking voiceover guy ever. So I'll get there.
This up, but do you have any kids, Ben?
Yes. I got a 21-year-old that's in college. Woo! And then, so I was like 20 years old when I had her. And then I just have a 2.5-year-old little boy. And then my most recent addition, she's Jovi. She's about 3 months old.
Nice. Congratulations, brother.
It's been a hell of a training camp, man. Let me tell you.
You do. You got a 21-year-old. You're 42, man. You started young.
Yeah.
You started young. Hey, that's good. That means you can probably relate to your kid a little bit easier.
We have a good relationship, but like totally, yeah. So it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? She's got siblings, and she's 21 years old. She's got these little baby siblings. So I don't know. I kind of feel her kid's like wild.
That's how I have an aunt that's younger than me.
Yeah, like, first it was I didn't get married or anything. It was just first relationship. I was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 children now are with my wife that I've been with for about 20 years. So it's crazy. My wife met my daughter. She was just like not even quite 1 year old, and they got a great relationship too. And my daughter says, she's like, "Yeah, I have 2 moms," and doesn't think twice about it. So I'm very blessed to have that too, and that they have a great relationship. So it's pretty cool.
Stop trying to be Ben, okay, Ben?
Yeah, I know. There's only one Ben. There's only one Big Ben. There's only one Big Ben right now. You're not.
Who's older? That's what matters. Who's older?
Yeah. Come on now.
I don't know.
I don't know either, and I don't have the balls to ask.
Yeah. I think he told me he is. He said, "I'm the elder, so that's why I get to be Big Ben." Me.
There you go. Dang.
Okay.
All right. Let me step away from fighting again, and before we get you off, I want to ask you. Obviously, I'm the DJ at Bkfc. What is your favorite genre of music, or what did you grow up listening to? Both questions, I guess. Really.
Yeah, so my walkout song came to me out of nowhere, and I just love it. It's like if I could, I would love something orchestrated for me, but that's about the closest thing I could get. And when I came out to it, I wore a cloak. Back in 2016, I got called the Dark Lord, and I can't help. I like that, man. It's fucking badass. It gets me into my mode. And it's been good for BKFC. I've kind of gotten back into that because I only got to do that for one fight, and then the Reebok deal, and they killed it. And so I was super sad. I've been fucking sad as fuck for the last 6-7 years.
That fucked you guys over so bad.
Yeah.
That deal fucked you guys out of so much goddamn money.
100%. So
damn, Ben, you're old as hell.
All back. But outside of that type of song, I don't want to say techno, and I don't even know what the word for the genre is. It's not techno, it's not trance,
House,
but it's on that term where
it's electro.
It's not so like boom boom. It's not. But I don't like words very much. I listen to rock. I listen to what White Zombie, Metallica, Nirvana. Like I grew up on that shit. But for my favorite workout music, my favorite driving my car music is that type of it's like a form of techno with a beat. It's my very favorite.
Okay.
When I was driving, I listen to so much music that I literally just drive in silence. Like that's my me time when I'm in the bathroom or in the car driving. Just no music, just chill. Just listen to the wind, and everybody thinks I'm crazy. When I'm riding around with my cousins or whatever, like, yo, turn the music on, dog. Nah, I'm just trying to listen to the wind, dog. Just let me be me.
Seriously, that's like asking a surgeon.
EDM.
Okay, could you turn on your bone saw for me right now? I'm not in the fucking surgery. I'm not in surgery. Leave me the fuck alone, man. Give the guy some quiet time. He's around music 24/7. Jesus, man.
Yeah, like is Dead Mouse considered EDM? Because Dead Mouse is good, and I like certain parts of it.
Okay.
The new stuff I found branches off from that, and it's even a little more like subtle. So.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
That's because you're on weed.
Just zoned out. Weed, man. Boo this man. Awesome.
Seen him.
I seen him. Well, while we brought that up, one more question about movies. What is your favorite movie of all time?
I love these.
Yeah, that's tough, man. It's tough because there's some good ones out there. What's the most like? I'm going to tell you what my favorite is, but what is the one that hit me at a young age and has stayed with me for the test of time that I will put that shit on right now and watch it again and be like, fuck yeah, Predator. Not Predator 2, not Predators versus Aliens. Fuck all of that bullshit.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, the fucking, the story, the way they made the Predator, the music. Dude, that movie was so fucking ahead of its time. It's not even funny. And it blows away a lot of action movies even today. There was nothing corny about it. Predator just straight fucking killed dudes, and then him and Arnold had their big battle at the end. But I really love the way Predator, there was no bullshit. Predator just smoked dudes one after the other. It was like, they kept it so mysterious and fucking crazy. Gladiator, I saw it as obviously up on my list.
That's awesome.
The original Conan the Barbarian might have been one of my very most not Conan the Destroyer, not Red Sonja. Those are fucking garbage.
First one.
The original Conan, I love the music, the whole movie. I listen to that music a lot too. So.
Oh, dude, one of the best opening monologues.
Yeah.
One of the best opening monologues when
the
Conan's dad's
talking.
Yeah. For no one can you trust in this world. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust. That's this fucking sword. I'm like, oh man, that gives me goosebumps, man. There were certain things because it's funny that you mentioned Conan the Barbarian. I actually did some voiceover work for kind of like an off Conan production a bunch of years ago. I did Thulsa Doom. I stayed in for James Earl Jones, and James Earl Jones actually reached out to me because he found out that I was doing it, and he gave me praise. He gave me praise for doing it. And one of my favorite parts of that is after he gets found out as an infidel at the Mountain of Power, and then he's talking to him about steel, and then he gives him the riddle of steel. He teaches him the riddle of steel. Steel isn't strong, boy. Flesh is stronger. That's the shit that sticks around with you. You don't see that kind of dialogue in movies anymore. You don't really see it. I mean, it's just good. It's good dialogue, good scripting, good movie making. And you just don't see that anymore, man. It's such a shame.
Yeah, I always say that it wasn't corny. Like a lot of movies today, even action movies back then, there's so much shit that I'd be like, look how corny this is. You know what I mean? Like Commando, for instance. We'll just use it for back in that time frame against movies of that time era. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. A lot of the movies are fucking corny. Commando has a whole bunch of corny fucking scenes. That Predator and the way Conan the Barbarian deliver the action, the kill scenes. It's just, dude, they need to take lessons today how they fucking did those movies.
They cut to the quick. They cut to they absolutely cut to the quick. Do you remember who was originally the first Predator?
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme. The outfit was fucking hilarious.
I know. I saw it.
That would have ruined the movie, honestly.
Oh man, how the fuck are you gonna? I mean, what was Arnold? Arnold was about 6'1", 6'2" at the time, and everything. I mean, he was all jacked. How are you gonna sell someone at 5'8"? How are you going to sell someone at 5'8" against it? And they bring in the dude who's like 7'2", 7'2", and he absolutely. I'm like, now that's what a fucking Predator should look like. Predator should be standing over, lifting your ass up, your feet lifting off the ground and choking your ass out. That's the way a Predator should fucking look.
Now I know they're talking about Conan the King because at the very end of the movie he's sitting on his throne, and I always thought that'd be a cool movie to have one more of.
Me too.
But it had to be done correctly. It's got to be that same style the way they did Conan the Barbarian.
It has to absolutely fall into it. A perfect example. It needs to follow the same kind of way. You know how the Cobra Kai series absolutely blended with the Karate Kid movies? Absolutely blended it in. The way that they did it, you absolutely believed that this is the chain of events that would have led up to after the Karate Kid had ended. It was just done so well. That same kind of directing and focus needs to be put in on a follow-up, watching Conan become a king by his own fucking hand. That's what you need to see. And it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
If I got to make one movie, right? If I was behind one movie, I'm going to tell you how it needs to be built.
Cool.
We're going to use the Star Wars universe, and we're going to let a Sith be like the main character, right? A Sith form, some sort of character. It's going to be rated R, and the fight scenes are going to be very close, like the idea of Conan the Barbarian, where it's rated R. There's no bullshit. There's no like back and forth. I just want to see someone with the raw power of the Force just fucking cutting people down, smoking Jedis, turning their lightsabers on each other. People are getting cut in half, ripping starships down, killing 100 people at a time. Just really, really showing how awesome. Even if it was a Jedi, but a Jedi wouldn't do all these things.
No. Well, a rogue Jedi might. A rogue Jedi might and everything. But
I'm going to go with the Sith. And somehow he creates a story where he even gets this ending. You're following off see, the story is we're meant to believe Sith are evil. But see, I would do a mind fuck on everybody. When you really look at what the Sith's fighting for, by the end of the movie, you're on his side. He doesn't seem so evil at the end of the movie. Because once you understand what he's really going against, and that laws and politics are actually what's evil. And he's actually trying to fight for a type of freedom.
It's kind of like the Dark Knight. You were supposed to, you're supposed to like the good guy, Batman, but they just made
everybody loved the Joker. Everybody loved the Joker.
Portrayed anti-hero so good that it was everyone loved the Joker. Like at the end of the movie, I was like, yeah, dang, maybe I do Joker more than
good villain. Batman. Look at they stand the test of time. Darth Vader, you know what I mean? Just good villains. They do something to us. You know what I mean? Like. Something we can get behind. The Predator. It's something about a really badass villain that just trips up.
Oh, dude. Ben, I knew, dude, you are, dude, I'm a cinephile, and I have rooted from the villains since day one. I've never been a fan of the heroes because I always felt that the heroes assumed too much fucking responsibility and the villains got to have fun. And that's just the way that I always looked at that. That's the way that I looked at it. Now, my question to you is, in this movie idea that you have, would this be more of focusing on a specific Sith Lord, or would this be more like an origin story leading up to that?
No, his name is Sadus, and he has his own story. Yeah.
Darth Sadist. Okay. So that this is a creation from within, not necessarily, but the overall psychology of Star Wars is kind of there, but it's just, once again, taking no prisoners, Absolutely.
Yeah, I look. George Lucas created an incredible universe, right? It's inspired us, and still like to this day, where so many people are inspired by it and thought of it, and it's entertainment. It's just over the years, it's went more and more about kids, PG-13, stuff like that, and it creates for me. It just creates all these corny ass stories, corny ass fight scenes. I just too much dialogue when there isn't any. That's why Conan the Barbarian is just like such a cool movie, because he barely said anything, and yet you have this amazing story you watch. I just think that's great. A great theater movie to watch, and I'd like to take a lot of that aspects to it and kind of show this story of this individual that's deemed evil, but you can really see what he's fighting for and what he's going against and what he really wants at the end. It makes you question, is that really evil? Or those that claim they're so good and so kind, maybe they're not, so
I dig that.
I like that. I like it. Kind of makes us kind of question a little bit about the life that we're living here on this planet Earth.
No, I dig that, man. I dig that. My favorite movie villain still of all time is still Gary Oldman, man. I still think Gary Oldman is the fucking man.
It's funny. My good friend Ryan McGivern loves him as an actor. It says his favorite actor.
Oh, he's absolutely one of my favorite. He is a method actor in every possible way. But if you're going to talk about villains, if you're going to talk about badass villains, I still say that Agent Stansfield in The Professional. Holy fucking shit, man! If there is ever an actor that portrayed a crooked fucking cop, that was fucking it, man. Oh man, he was just so badass. And you always wondered in the scenes when he would go and he would cause chaos. Took that little pill just before he gets started. He'd turn around, just do that, did everything like that. I actually found out what the fuck it was. I'd always been interested in, because he'd always get fucked up. It was a pill form of amyl nitrate. That's what it was. No, that's what it was, because that shit fucks you up. What's his name in? Did you ever see that movie Blue Velvet?
I have not.
All right, that's a movie that you got to see. Dennis Hopper was a badass fucking villain in that. It's a Cronenberg movie, and no, not Cronenberg, excuse me, David Lynch movie, and he plays a villain. As he's causing chaos, he's always has his mask on, and all he does throughout the whole movie is just huff amyl nitrate to get him more violent and more fucked up, no matter what he's fucking doing, man. Another badass one. Put that on your to watch list. Blue Velvet, David Lynch, man. Badass fucking flick. Especially if you want a good villain. But
yeah, I'm all about that.
Hell yeah, man.
My favorite villain ever has got to be Commodus from The Gladiator.
What?
I mean, come on, man.
What?
Come on.
What are you talking about? All the villains
because he made me hate him so much. I know, he made me hate him so much.
Oh, as far as the acting.
Yeah. Like the acting was so good that he really made me like hate him. I was like,
I love a villain that portrayed a villain, but then I'm on his side. I'm rooting for this motherfucker. I like villains that pull that off. But as far as one that makes you hate him, yeah, that's something. That's good acting, So,
I think it's King. The best ever, in my opinion, is King Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
My
fucking God! Watching
one.
that, I have never wanted someone to die so fucking bad, This kid was ruthless,
and he played that shit so good,
beautifully. And he's a weird looking kid on top of that too. So he's like honestly an odd looking human being. And that just made it even better. I mean, if he was just like a regular looking guy, I'd be like, it's just another guy trying to pull off a villain. But the fact that his face was kind of odd on top of that kind of added to the mystique behind him being a fucked up one. Holy fuck, we're having fun today.
All right, let's get back to where was it at? Well, Big Ben, if you were actually watching for the first 30 minutes of the show, that you would have seen that we talked about.
I know, right?
We're past that, Big Ben.
Yeah, we're way
fucking come in so late for it.
I know.
Fucking talked about that shit 45 minutes ago. I thought this was a half-hour interview.
Shit, now we're shooting the shit now, Ben. What the fuck?
He just sent me.
We are an hour and a half, guys.
Yeah. He just sent me his Cash App, so we should let him go. Because I would definitely appreciate you coming on, brother.
Absolutely.
go ahead and give a shout out to all your sponsors and everybody that you want
Thank
to
you,
family-wise.
Rothwell, for being Rothwell. And you're like, look at this fucking guy wearing his own shirt. I was at my gym, and my gym we wear our shirt, so we're the Rothwell, family there. So that's why I got my gear on. But I know that shit always makes me laugh when I see people wear their own shirt. Look at this motherfucker. Right? And then people say it about me, right? Guy's full of himself. Anyway, thank you. First round management, obviously, they're the whole reason I'm even bare knuckle. They've done an amazing job. They're fucking awesome. Abraham, Colin, Melky, you guys are the fucking shit. Thank you for keeping me in this and keeping me going. Market Cipher, K-Pie Pandas, have you seen them? It's kind of some of the stuff we've been wearing lately, doing a great job. And Bucked Up and Mid 45. They're part of the Bkfc, man. They're fucking kicking ass, and we need our sponsors. So good stuff, man. Thank you guys. And thank you guys for doing what you're doing. Thank you for not fucking up my music. Thank you for yelling my fucking name out all loud. You guys are the shit. Big Ben, I'm going to punch you in the fucking gut.
And Mitch.
Mitch is definitely getting punched in the fucking gut. That flak jacket will not save you.
You guys are fucked. That's just
Thank
it.
you, brother.
You guys are fucked.
We will see you at the weigh-ins and
see you there.
bring you back on for a quick minute or two.
Fills the whole fucking screen. I love it.
I know. My shit's like
I know. Look at I'm not even going to hold mine up. It's pathetic.
But thank you, brother, for coming on, and we'll see you at the weigh-ins.
Sounds good, guys.
Have a good night, brother.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Holy fuck, that was fun.
Woo!
We went. Oh man, there is no such thing as a train track when it comes to talking to Big Ben Rothwell, man. We go all over the fucking place. Yes, Mike. I'm gonna tell you something. You guys dug your own grave on that, and you got gut punch receipts coming your way. That's just the way that it is, bro.
I'm ready to make sure I have my camera out and ready for that. And
Bones to Domes exclusive. Yes.
Bones to
Yeah. Well, actually, that'll be a Bones to Gut exclusive. That'll be a Bones to Gut exclusive. All kinds of good stuff. You never know where an interview with us is going to go because we go one way, we go the other. I love to take people off tangent. It's just unfortunately the way that my fucked up brain works. So I don't question it anymore, Tony. I know that I can have the bad habit of interrupting. I certainly apologize to those of whom I interrupt. It's just that when you're an announcer, you never shut the fuck up, and that's just the way that life is. So I try to make up for it in any other way that I possibly can. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and let's give a shout out to our sponsors. I know that Tony, you got it already.
One and only Billboard Mats with Tommy Kalesi. So I just actually talked with him last night, and he actually sent a group chat out to some of us, letting us know that as soon as hopefully right after BKFC 56, all of the old and new mats will be on the BKFC app for purchase. And also, he told me to tell all the fighters out there, coming straight from Bones to Domes and Tommy himself, that he is going to be making personalized mats for each fighter and putting them up and allowing them to, have a link and get a percentage of the sales that they
there you go.
push for themselves. So that's going to be awesome. Make sure you check them out, billboardmats.com or billboardmatsllc.com.
There you go.
And check out what they have on there. They have the BKFC plus other boxing events that they've done and sporting events and everything. So make sure you check them out. And, of course, Leafy 8, straight out of Orlando, Florida, with our main man, Matt. He's got all the goodies that you need, including this.
All the goodies I want to try.
Purple Haze right here.
Oh, Purple Haze, man. What's your take on his products thus far?
Oh, they're good, man. They're good. I'm waiting for actually. We have hopefully I will have them for the next show. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait because my damn Facebook still has me locked out. So we are I'm waiting for not next week, but the week after that, I will reveal. I have two things I want to reveal, and I have one of the mats I want to give away. We'll probably give away Julian Lane's corner mat from his last fight.
With the DNA still on it?
With the blood still on it.
All right.
Which is awesome.
All right.
And then I will have a couple more announcements. So it's gonna be awesome. What is this?
Save me a couple of those. Get me a couple of those Purple Haze vapes, man. I want some.
Yeah, I have like 5 left, so I'll bring some to you.
I definitely want to try that. They made him listen to the wind.
Yeah. That's what when I'm riding with Jeff when I was riding with Jeff to Miami every time, Jeff would just ride in silence. Well,
not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'd have my 80s jams on. I would have my 80s jams on, but I didn't overdo it yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there are gummies out.
Yeah, the gummies are out. They have liquid. They have pretty much anything that you can get from the medical marijuana store. He has the same thing in CBD. Everything. I mean, anything you can think of. I mean, they even have clothing and everything. So
now let me ask you something. The Purple Haze has been so long since I remember the strains. Is that one that gets the brain working? Is that the one that puts you to sleep?
No, it's a chill.
It's a chill. It's a chill.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Is it a body chill or a head chill?
It's a neck chill.
It's a neck chill.
It's in between. It's in between. You feel it right around here.
That's a weird fucking chill, man. That's the last place that I'd want to have a chill before I have to work.
No.
Oh,
no,
great! I'm out there in a tux going. Oh, I'm like, no, I don't think so. Yeah, you do need to watch it, Ben. You came in late. We talked all about the fight. We got all kinds of stuff out about Big Ben and Todd Duffy, about what he plans to expect, about what he has to bring to the squared circle. You came late to the party, my friend. By the time that you got in, man, we were shooting the shit.
Yeah, you missed all the good stuff. You even missed people that he wanted to rematch against and who he thinks going to win the heavyweight belt and who he thinks he's fighting next. You missed all of it, man.
He didn't want to look too far ahead, but he did give us an idea.
Sounds like an excuse, Ben.
I know,
right?
Softball
on Tuesdays? Who the hell plays softball?
Dude, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to play softball is a Wednesday sport. Everybody fucking knows that.
Yeah. Or Saturday. That's
I know, right? It doesn't seem
man.
like You play pickleball on Tuesdays. Come on.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. You don't do anything but listen to Bones to Domes on Tuesdays, man. Come on.
Well, especially at 9 p.m. 100%. That's absolutely
Hell
right.
no. Why would I want to? No, we did it on Tuesday on purpose because Monday's got Monday Night Football. Dog.
There's too much shit. Yeah, there's too much shit going on Mondays.
And Mondays like everybody hates Mondays, dog. Tuesday, at least you're already into the week.
Dude, didn't you regard?
My bad then, Mike. My bad.
Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Didn't you watch or read Garfield back in the day? Everybody fucking hates Mondays. It's not the show.
Yeah,
it's not
man.
the time to do it.
Can't do it, dog.
No.
But yeah, man, great show.
Lots of fun on this show.
We still got 2 great main events this weekend, action packed. We will unfortunately not be doing the watch party like we normally do. I got too much stuff going on. I'm actually flying out tomorrow. Well, in a couple hours be at the airport.
You're going to Jersey.
I'm going to Jersey, going back home to Patterson, where it's a war zone, but I'll be okay. I have a couple of fighters protecting me. So.
Oh, come on. You got to have a little bit of your Jersey street cred.
I got all my family out there. I'm good. But yeah, heading out to Patterson tomorrow morning. It'll be dope. I haven't been there in
give Gabby a hug for me.
2 years.
Give Gabby a hug for me. Absolutely.
Going out there to go see Gabby and a couple other fighters. So it's gonna be a good time. So
how's everything? While we've got everybody on here, how's everything going with Orozco Elite?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Everything we have 3 managers now, Matt and two of my cousins. One is in Fort Myers and one who's actually in Patterson, New Jersey, who have also come on. And he's going to be doing our, I guess you could say, up north, division, the Newark, Patterson, all the New York and New Jersey area. And, trying to find those fighters for us. while I kind of just advise everyone and sit back and just chill. So,
Hey,
and
how does
then we
that
have Matt.
how does that conflict with your day to day?
Oh
That's
man,
all you do.
it's
All you do is
crazy.
dude. All you do is sit back and chill. That's all I've done.
Nah, I still
If
have
I
to
if
organize everything.
Oh,
So
no. I understand that. But if you're looking at the overall look at DJ Tony, I see DJ Tony sitting back and chill. I'm sorry. I know that you're a hard worker. I'm not taking anything away from your work ethic. It's just from what you show the public. You show the public that you sit back and chill.
yeah, so we have as everybody knows, Gabby, and then also Carl Robertson, who was is an ex-UFC fighter, and just got Jamie Driver, who fights for the BYB, on board. So
she interested in possibly looking at us?
Yeah, she's got still a year contract over there.
Oh, okay.
So she's
she's got to
still
live out
so
okay.
she's looking she's looking to get the belt over there. And so she just had a title fight, her last fight.
She's a fiery redhead, man. She's a fiery redhead.
Oh yeah. Ended up breaking her hand in like 4 places during the fight. So she actually just got medically cleared today. So heading out there, so we can all kind of have like a group dinner on Thursday. It'd be pretty cool, the 4 of us. And yeah, we got Nat, Nat Street Matt doing his thing. He's actually the one who's actually managing Gabby and Carl. So yeah, it's everything's going good, man. Everything is the team is looking strong.
Any ideas on who we're going to bring next week?
Next week, I don't know yet. I don't know. Only because I wanted to see what goes on with this weekend. I'm hoping Jared Warren gets this KO so we can bring him on and talk to Jared after he gets this KO. But
it looks great. He was on the bare knuckle show today, and he looks great. Yeah. I mean, he looks prepared. He looks ready. It's just it's a different.
No, I wasn't done yet, Ben.
It was a different feel. It's just a different feel when you go over to the UK. It just is. I was talking about this a little while ago when I was on with Lou Fuse on the Fuse UK, and I said that there's a different sense of urgency in the squared circle in the UK than there is in the United States.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that our fighters don't fight in the United States. They fight their fucking balls off. They fight their fucking hearts off. But what I do see is a lot of the UK fighters statistically start off faster from scratch. Start off a little bit faster from scratch, from the toe, from toeing the line. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm seeing a little bit more sense of urgency from UK fighters from times. Not all the time. Sometimes I actually see our United States counterparts, absolutely fighting off the line. We still have the record for the fastest knockdown in combat sports history. And that was
2 of them.
We have 2. We have that one. Well, we've got that record, and then we've got the fastest knockout in combat sports.
Yeah.
With Yuli with 3 seconds. But we got Abby Velasquez with 1 fucking second.
Yeah.
One fucking second. It doesn't, I don't know how you're gonna beat that. I don't know that's gonna happen.
I didn't forget about you, Big Ben. And then we got also we got also Big Ben.
Can you stop crying, Ben?
As one as our recruiters. He's out
so
there constantly sending us fighters that are free agents, and
good.
He's a part of the team as well. So slash security. Slash once we get big enough, he'll be our van driver. And but yeah, so we got a nice thing going, man. We got a nice thing going. Starting out, it's only I'm proud 2 months in, and
I'm proud of you, man. That definitely takes that's a very time consuming adventure. It really is. It's a very time consuming venture. It takes a lot of time, a lot of personal relationships, but that's why I think that you're good for it, is because you understand the value of personal relationships. And I just think that is vital to, especially when you're managing fighters, to let the fighters know that they are looked after and that you have their best interest at hand.
Yeah, and it's just like I told our managers, we're not going to bring on anybody else until we get all these fighters a fight. Once they get a fight, then we'll, you know, look at bringing on other people. I do have actually another prospect who will be signing with us at the end of December. He has actually a fight December 2nd. And when
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Big Ben. Thank you, man. Had a great time. Thank you, Big Ben. Send me a text. I will reveal after his fight. He's fighting December 2nd, not on the BKFC card, but MMA fight.
Okay.
So once he finishes that, he will be out of his contract, and then I will be able to announce this kid is a powerhouse, Jeff, 21 years old, 5-0 already. Like, he's coming to knock out everybody in the 55 division.
Well, I want to see that. I want to see that. That's exactly what I want to fucking see. That's a division that I'd like to see someone knock some heads around. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, great show.
Awesome show.
I think we can cut it there until next week. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll get Jared Warren. We'll get this win and we can bring him on. But if not, you know, we'll come up with something like we do.
We always do. We always do, guys. We always do, guys. But guys, thank you so much for those of you who checked us out. Now, I know it's a little interesting seeing us on our YouTube channel as opposed to our Facebook. You know, still kind of shit going on there. So, you know, spread the word. Spread the word around. You know, we miss seeing familiar faces. I mean, you know, there are so many people that tuned into us on our Facebook Live. We want to see those same familiar faces on our YouTube page. So make sure that you spread the word and let everybody know that Bones to Domes is still around. It's just as of right now, we're broadcasting live from our YouTube page.
We got one more week on YouTube, and then freaking Facebook will finally allow me to go live again on my damn page and on our Bones to Domes Facebook, and we'll be able to go live on everything again.
Looking forward to it.
But everybody have a great night, and thank you for everybody who tuned in, and we will see you guys next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Like always, Bones to Domes, baby.